Good afternoon and welcome to the 2016 Frosty Awards. I'm Brandon Roberts alongside Gooch, Greer. Gooch, how you doing today?
Doing good, Brandon. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Second Frosties, I believe, that we've been able to be a part of.
Yeah.
Second pre-show. Looked to have a lot of fun. We're going to go over all the awards tonight, and we're just going to have a lot of fun.
All right. Sounds good to me.
First of all, me and Gooch, we actually do a Periscope show. If you're tuning in right now, you also need to follow us on Twitter at MVTS.
No, it's at Most Valuable TS.
I mess it up every time.
Every time we do this, Brandon.
At Most Valuable TS. Follow us on Twitter. We have a good time. We'll probably go live again tonight.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
I think Kai Storm's our guest. He won trivia last night.
Yeah, a lot of big things happening on that.
Yeah. Throughout this show today, we're gonna talk about some of the best dressed people here.
Okay.
Our third member of our crew, Eric Cain, is gonna be interviewing people throughout the show as the athletes walk in. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
Matthew Osborne is gonna stay out of the way and just not screw anything up.
Yeah, he's sometimes, but hopefully tonight he doesn't cause any problems and everything can go smoothly.
Yes, I'm pretty sure Adam Cavalier gave him a very easy job that only he could find a way to mess up.
Oh, and he can find a way, I promise.
Adam, how's it going? Let's start talking about the male athlete of the year, Gooch.
All right, let's do that.
We got some great candidates. The four candidates are Damian Baker from football, Cindrewello soccer, Kevin Sneed track, and Vinny Apicella baseball. Gooch, who do you like? Who do you like for the male athlete?
Oh, that's a tough one. Well, let's start out with Damian Baker. He became the fourth Carson-Newman football player to be named a national finalist for the Harmon Hill Trophy.
It's a Heisman of D2.
Right, exactly. Consensus All-American. Baker finished the regular season ranked in the top 25 in the nation in 5 rushing categories as the SAC Offensive Player of the Year.
Wow.
Yeah, that's big time. That didn't come easy.
You don't see
With
that
his 1,403 rushing yards, Baker has the 8th highest single-season total in Carson-Newman history. He rushed for 100 yards 6 times, including 249 yards and 4 touchdowns in a win at Mars Hill. I mean, that's pretty impressive. That's not easy to do on any day.
You know what I call Damian Baker?
What do you call him?
The touchdown maker.
Wow.
That's all he does,
Clever.
man. That's all he does.
That's very clever of you.
I like Kevin Sneed. He can flat out fly, man. He holds the Carson-Newman school record in both the 100 and 200-meter dash. Sneed's fastest time came at the Aggie Invitational on April 9th with a 10.33 second time in the 100-meter dash. You know, that's fast.
That's fast.
There's fast, and then there's Kevin Sneed. You know what I mean?
He makes fast people look not fast.
Yeah, he does.
It's bad.
Especially other track runners. Who else we got, Gooch?
All right, we got Vinny Apicella, as Coach Tom Griffin calls him.
Yep.
He set a Division II program record with 7 complete games in 2016. That takes a toll on your arm, Brandon. I don't know. You've never been a pitcher.
I mean, it's just as hard catching him all that time, though, and you do a great job.
Yeah, come on, but it's not that hard. That includes matching the single-season high with a pair of shutouts. The lefty won 9 games to rank 5th on the all-time chart. He had 94 strikeouts. He ranks 4th in a single Carson-Newman season. That's big time. Apicella won a pair of SAC Pitcher of the Week honors, becoming the first Eagle to win 4 in a career. In his career, Apicella had 252 strikeouts, 19 wins, and 13 complete games, and 4 shutouts. Not to mention he was a transfer here, so to do that here, that's pretty big time.
Yeah,
to have 4 years here.
If he was here for 4 years, I think he would have set some all-time Carson-Newman records.
I don't know, chasing down the greatest like Clyde Wright, though. I don't know if we
Clyde Wright would be tough to beat.
Yeah.
Guys like Brett Hans. Deaton.
Yeah.
We know all about those greats.
Who else we have? Who's our final one?
I just had one second to think about Vince. You know, you look at him. I'm sure he's going to be sporting Carson-Newman gear tonight, some like sort of tie that his mom got him, some shirt that his mom got him. You look at him, he doesn't look very frightening, you know? But when he's on the mound, nobody's scarier in the in Division II.
The old penguin.
Little penguin.
Wow.
Who else? Well, back in the fall, Cindrewello. He finished the season as a 2-time All-American and a 2-time Southeast Region honoree, SAC first-team All-Conference member. He was the first Eagle to be named to an All-American team for soccer since 2013. He's a Norwegian. That's pretty cool as well.
Exactly.
He ended his career as the most capped player in Carson-Newman history. He appeared in 77 games during his 4-year career at Mossy Creek. That's a lot of football games.
Yeah, definitely.
During his senior campaign, he tallied 9 goals and he led the team. Also had an assist. Great career for Cindrewello.
Yeah, no doubt. That is you always say with Vinny Apicella throwing all those games, You got Cinder Whaler out there running the whole field for 77 games. That's a big career.
Yeah, we play that in like a season though.
No way.
Yeah, that's true. They run around for like
Yeah.
a lot of time while we're just
on.
sitting in the dugout hanging out.
That's right.
All right, hey, we're gonna make some side bets over here. At least now I can since I'm graduated. Who do you got for the male athlete of the year?
Male athlete of the year. I'm gonna have to go with Vince Apicella.
Wow.
I am. I'm gonna have to go with that.
Let me write that down. I'm gonna put a big G next to Vinny here. I'm going Kevin Snead, fastest guy in D2.
That's a good pick.
Fastest
That
guy
is a
in
good
D2.
pick.
All right, let's. What do we got
Let's
next?
go on next.
Start us off.
All right. For female athlete of the year, we also have 4 nominees. We have Jules Harity, Molly Locke, Margaret Stansberry, and Allie Webster. Who do you like in this one, Brennan? Wow, I called you Vince.
Don't do that.
Sorry.
Well, I'll start us off. I just talked about the men's soccer team. We'll talk about the women's. Jules Harity, first Eagle All-American in 5 years. And she came over. This was her first year here, and she led the team to a regular season and tournament championship. It's one thing to win the regular season, but it's a whole other thing to also win it. Like, ask Catawba. It's not easy.
I know. Where were they picked, though, in the conference?
That's a good question. Do you
Ninth.
know? They were picked
They were
ninth.
preseason 9th.
And they won it.
And they won it.
They won both.
They won both.
Yeah, preseason rankings, they don't know what they're talking about, man.
Yeah, seriously.
You can use them as motivation, but at the same, like, come on.
I hear you.
But, yeah, it's her first season at Mossy Creek. She had 16 goals and 4 assists in 19 starts. She scored against nationally ranked Lenore Ryan and Young Harris in double overtime. That's clutch.
Yeah.
Tell me about somebody else, one of the other females.
All right. We have Molly Locke from volleyball. Molly had 448 kills and 454 digs to become the first player since Jenna Rust in 2003 to have at least 400 kills and 400 digs in the same season.
Wow.
That's a lot.
All those kills sounds
Some
like
people can't even count that high.
Sounds like Kai Storm sitting in his room playing COD all day.
Exactly.
Some guys on our team, they don't even get that in a day.
The lone 3-time SAC Player of the Week was a second-team All-Southeast Region pick, a first-team All-SAC honoree, and a Southeast Region All-Tournament team selection. She led the team with 18 double-doubles on the year while ranking in the top 5 in the conference in total points, points per set, total kills, kills per set, and total digs. That's a lot. That was a mouthful. That was a whole lot of them.
Well, she came over from D1, and she really locked it down here at Carson-Newman.
I see what you did there. I like that one.
All right. Allie Webster, softball, nominee for Female Athlete of the Year. She pitched herself in the record books here in her first year at Mossy Creek.
Wow.
She broke Heather Randolph's 24-year-old school record. That's older than us. Maybe me. No, is it older than you?
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right.
Not that older, though.
24-year-old school record for strikeouts in a single game. She struck out 16 UVA-wise batters in a 5-0 Eagle win over the Cavaliers. What's up with our pitchers picking on UVA-wise?
I don't know, man.
We'll get to Vinny later.
Yeah.
She hurled a no-hitter against Anderson while striking out 15 against Tusculum, which is the second highest single-game total in school history, right behind her own record. And she's the first CM pitcher to strike out at least 200 in a single season since 2008. Just really filled up the stats this year with Allie Webster.
No doubt. To wrap up our Female Athlete of the Year nominees, Margaret Stansberry swimming became the first Carson-Newman ever 3-time All-American honoree and won NCAA swimming and diving championship. She brought home the honors in the 100 and 200 free, as well as the 800 free relay in March.
Wow.
The sophomore is a 7-time All-Bluegrass Mountain Conference swimmer and tallied the second most points by a female at the BMC championships. Stansberry won 13 events during the season with a career-high 4 wins coming against the University of the Cumberlands and Limestone.
I'm telling you, our swim team, they kind of came out of nowhere, but we got some swimmers.
No kidding, man.
Very good swimmers. All right, do I get to vote first who I think is going to be our Female Athlete of the Year?
Yeah, who you got?
It's tough, man, but I'm going to see how many puns I can use, and I'm going to lock in my pick with Molly.
Wow.
Yeah. Who you got?
I got Jules Harity.
Wow, good pick. See what happens.
And we're going to go over to Eric Cain for our first interview of the day, and we're off to Eric.
See you, Eric.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm over here with football's Jerry McLeish. Jerry, another solid year for football. Finished the season 9-3, an appearance in the playoffs against Valdosta State. But today, the football team honoring a pair of freshmen as 2 of your guys up for Freshman of the Year in Antonio Wimbush and Carson Wise. We'll start with Antonio. Coming in that backfield, wasn't a starter, but came in and provided a lot of good minutes. Rushed for over nearly 600 yards, more than any other running back in the SAC. What does he bring to the offense, and how how great of an addition is that to have on your team?
He just bring young energy, and he's like one of the strongest players on the team. So that's always good to be a strong player at running back. So he just bring energy and strength.
On the other side of one of the other third phases of the game is Carson Wise, the kicker. And a lot of times, I mean, I played football my entire life. You kind of make fun of the kickers and everything, but they're critical to the game. And Carson came in here this year, second team All-SAC, second team All-Region, was the second highest point getter for a kicker in the league this year. So how critical is that third phase of the game and to have a good kicker like Carson Wise?
Carson is just clutch. I can remember the Wingate game. He was nervous on the sideline and stuff, and Coach Spar just came to him, just told him, calm down, you can do it. You did it 100 times before in practice. So he went out and he kicked the game-winning field goal. So he's just clutch.
You're a veteran. You've been around a long time, about to go into your senior year. This will be your third Frosties that you've been a part of. What's your favorite thing about the Frosty Awards?
Seeing Colin and his best dressed. It's just the atmosphere, seeing how happy everybody is when they win an award, and seeing the camaraderie for our athletic department is a good thing to see. So,
All right, well, thanks, Jerry, and have a good time today.
thank you, Eric.
All right, guys, that's Jerry McLeese. Back to y'all.
Thanks a lot, Eric. Thanks, Jerry. They got it started off for us, Gooch, talking about the male freshman of the year.
No doubt.
I'm going to piggyback off what he was just saying. Carson Wise, we got a kicker on our list for male freshman of the year. You don't see that every day.
You don't.
Carson Wise, he came over from Blacksburg, Virginia. Great guy, great kicker. Second team All-SAC honors, second team All-Region honors in a year when he was named the SAC Special Teams Player of the Week on 3 occasions. Wow.
That's big time.
He did so after tying Duncan's school record for points in a game by a kicker with 17 in the regular season finale against Tusculum. He had a game-winning kick in overtime against Wingate that I was there for. His 104 points this year are the second most in school history for a kicker. 65 made PATs are third most all-time, and his 13 made field goals are fourth all-time. And I don't think Carson's done climbing up the list of record books here at Carson-Newman.
I don't think so either, man. That's a good start, but hey, I'm sure he will too. But you have to give a little credit to his holder there, Ethan Goforth.
Ethan Goforth.
Come on.
Best
You got to give
holder
that
in
guy
the
a little
game.
credit.
Not so much of a punter.
No, not
they
a
had
punter,
to use him late in the year. Can't punt.
but he can
as a
hold
holder,
with the best of them.
Ethan Goforth, wow.
And the long snapper.
Mhm.
That's all big, but Carson.
So I think
Carson's
we
a
should
standout.
write Ethan's name here with Carson. Maybe we can interview Carson later and he can talk about his holder.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully they'll throw him in there.
Who else you got as a freshman of the year?
All right, Antonio Wimbush turned in the best rushing season by a freshman for Carson-Newman football since Tyrone Douglas in 2010. Wimbush tallied 584 yards on the ground and 11 touchdowns. He also had more touchdowns in the SAC than any other freshman. That's big time. He crested the 100-yard mark twice, gaining 111 yards against North Greenville and 108 against Tusculum. Big rivals. Wimbush scored 6 touchdowns between those 2 games. He is the first Eagle running back since Tyrone Douglas to have multiple 3 rushing touchdown performances in his freshman season.
Antonio Wimbush. He's just a ball of muscle.
He is, man. He's huge.
Posted on Instagram the other day. He was like cleaning 500-something pounds, and it was just ridiculous.
That's big time.
We're going to go back over to Eric Cain. He's got another very special guest.
I don't know about special, but alongside me right now is my good buddy and fellow coworker, Michael Watrang. And, Michael, you had a couple of sports that really performed well this year, volleyball, women's basketball, and baseball. First and foremost, which one's your favorite of the 3?
I don't have a favorite. You can't go with a favorite, but definitely love that coach over there at baseball. He definitely really likes to get after it in the interviews. I don't like how you have your arm around me as well. I don't normally do that, but still fun. All 3 sports are very fun.
Volleyball this fall, we're going to go ahead and not touch anymore.
Okay.
Volleyball this fall, 29-8 record. They won the Southeast region. A lot of fun. They went down to Tampa, had a great time. You were a part of that trip. How was that experience for you?
Well, I think it was great for the kids to be able to experience something like that. They had to win 3 games in 3 straight days to be able to get down to Tampa. They really enjoyed the opportunity to be down there. Went to the beach, and then playing in that environment. I mean, it was a great environment in a national perspective, and they just fell a little bit short, but I think that volleyball program is on the rise, and certainly a lot of experienced players coming back.
Baseball season just wrapped up. The Eagles went into the 2016 South Atlantic Conference Baseball Championships with the 2nd seed after sweeping Tusculum the weekend before with a 5-team log there in the second in the league, but the Eagles able to pull it out. So what can you say about the baseball team and their perseverance all season long?
Well, I think the question all season long was about their pitching, and I think that Dustin Batson really stepped in and gave them a little something that they weren't necessarily expecting after losing an all-conference pick from a year ago. And obviously Vince Apicella did his thing, was even better than he was the year before when he was an all-region pick. And you had guys like Brandon Roberts and Gooch Greer really step up. It seems like every year there's a guy that the year before is solid but takes it really to another level. Last year is Evan Jurjevic. This year is Brandon Roberts really stepping his game up, and Cade Snap came on. He's just a sophomore. He's got 2 years left. I mean, there's a very real possibility he's at the Frosties in the next couple of years where he's not just involved in one category, he's involved in a lot of different categories.
Well, thanks, and I would just really appreciate all you do for the athletic communications department. And
Appreciate you, Eric. Appreciate you.
Well, you have a great day, and guys, we're going to send it back to you.
Thanks. I'm not sure how I feel about our coach being mocked over there.
I don't like it one bit.
He's just mocking his passion and intestinal fortitude, and I just don't like it.
Unnecessary. That's all it was unnecessary.
I mean,
the boogeyman will get him.
The boogeyman is definitely going to get him. Michael Watching, watch out. We were still talking about freshman of the year, weren't we?
Yeah, we're gonna go with the. Oh, you got.
Yeah, I was gonna move on to Tim Tebow Mathores, as I like to call him. He's a stud.
All right.
First team All South Atlantic Conference as a freshman. He scored 5 goals. He added an assist in his first campaign here, and that's all I want to say about him. I mean, your first team All SAC as a freshman. That's why he's on this list.
That's why he's there. All right, we're gonna go to Zach Pangalo. Was named to the SAC All-Freshman team. Pangalo was the 3rd highest scoring freshman in the league with 8.8 points per game. He topped out at 20 points in the home game against Tusculum, and he had that game-winning shot against Newberry. I mean, that
was nuts.
That's crazy. That's going to get you on this list.
Yeah, stuff like that. Take your vote, man. It's your turn to pick. Who's your freshman of the year?
I'm going to go with Antonio Wimbush.
Wimbush. You're taking Wimbo. All right.
The
Since we're not – you pick first. I'm not going to take your pick. I was thinking him. I would love to pick Carson Wise here. I just don't see Matthew Osborne going with a kicker
you
as a
can
winner
never
in this
trust
category.
a guy like that. No.
I'm going to go with Pangalo.
Okay, I like that.
We'll see what happens. Do we have like a wager? What's our wager, by the way? Lisa's. Yes.
Wow.
All right. I'll get the usual.
They
We've
still
been to
don't know-
Lisa's for 2 weeks straight, and we
They
get the same thing every time, and they still don't
they
know what our
still
usual
don't know
is.
the usual.
So I order the usual, and they just stare at me.
That's bad. Yeah.
What we got next?
Next, we have female freshman of the year, and who's our nominees for that one?
Let's start with Varen Ness from women's soccer. She finished her first campaign here at Carson-Newman as an All-Southeast Region selection, the South Atlantic Conference Freshman of the Year, and a member of the SAC's All-Conference First Team. She scored 12 goals and 5 assists in 19 appearances, and she's fun to watch out there on the pitch.
Yeah, definitely. All right, our next one we're gonna go with Jessica Frazier. Ended their first season with the most wins by a goalkeeper in school history with 19, and finished with the second lowest goals against average in a year with an average of .86. Her goals against average was second best in the South Atlantic Conference and ranked 32nd in the nation. And, I mean, that's just going to get you put on there. You don't allow goals and your team wins.
Yeah, I mean, as a goalie, if you're not allowing goals, you're doing your job.
That's your job, and you're taking care of it.
And she did that. And all these newcomers, we've seen it so far for women's soccer. That's why they were picked 9th.
Yeah.
The people doing the preseason polls didn't know we had people like Ness, Frazier, Harity coming in, and they shocked the nation.
They did. They really did.
Let's move on. We'll move on to Natalie Harris from volleyball. She was named the Conference Freshman of the Year. Just another one that we had as Freshman of the Year at Carson-Newman. So we got a bright future here in Jefferson City. She was a top player on the All-Freshman team this season as well. She had 321 kills in her first season, just shy of the freshman record of 2,000. Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be
2,000.
That wouldn't be just shy. It would be
that'd be a lot shy.
If somebody had 2,000 kills, that's a hell of a year, heck of a year.
Wow.
She piled up 10 kills in CN's first game of the year, and it marked the first time since 2001 that a true freshman had double-digit kills and a season opener since Jenna Rust.
Wow.
Who's our last candidate?
Ellie Colt was a 3-time honorable mention All-American as a freshman at the NCAA Swimming and Diving Championships.
Wow.
Another swimmer here. Great. She was also a 3-time All-Bluegrass Mountain Conference swimmer at the BMC Championship the West End, North Carolina native, placed fourth in the 100 fly and finished third as a member of the 200 and 400 medley relays.
Looks like you need to clean up on your swimming races
I
and
know.
stuff.
I
Yeah,
know.
we might be the Eagles, but we sure can swim too.
We can.
Not only fly.
Exactly.
I guess it's my pick for the freshman of the year. Natalie Harris. I'm going Natalie. Great year. Who you got?
Frazier, no doubt.
Oh, the keeper?
Oh, yeah.
She's a keeper.
There's another one. You're getting really good at this.
I'm just seeing how many I can do.
Keep it rolling, buddy. Keep it rolling.
Wow. All right, we just did female freshman of the year. Let's move on to the male newcomer of the year. Not necessarily a freshman, but just somebody's first year here in Jefferson City. Let's start off with Tom Reed from Carson-Newman men's soccer. It ended with a selection to 2 All-Southeast region teams. He set a new school record with 16 assists and added 8 goals during his first season. 16 assists, a lot of assists.
Oh, yeah.
He's from London. That's cool. He registered all 16 of his assists in the team's last 14 games. So he averaged more than 1 assist his last 14 games.
Jeez.
Great season by Tom Reed.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm going to have to go with Jimmy Rice. He started all but 1 game in the regular season for Carson-Newman baseball. You know, Jimbo. Big JR. Tallying a .302 batting average of 5 home runs and 34 RBI. That's pretty good for a newcomer here.
Got a soft spot for Jimmy.
Yeah, I do. Junior hit a walk-off single to left center versus King on April 5th in an 11-10 Carson-Newman win, and he recorded 12 multi-hit games and 8 multi-RBI affairs.
Yeah, Jimmy, he's my left side guy.
Is.
And it says he started all but 1 game. There's only a few people who can really start every game in a season, and Jimmy just couldn't do that. He had to.
Who can do that?
I think Paul Kirby might have done it.
Maybe our third baseman.
I don't know.
Maybe
man. There's just
my
something
co-host here.
There's something to be said about just being durable, and Jimmy missing that 1 game this year might cost him being the male newcomer of the year.
Yeah,
it's just
it
my
could.
opinion. Kevin Sneed.
Back at it again.
We talked about him earlier. We won't go into depth on all of his accomplishments, but yeah, he's up for male newcomer of the year as well.
Jace DeVault's lone season on the banks of Mossy Creek featured 2 top 10 finishes. That includes a 7th place showing at the SAC Men's Golf Championship. The ETSU transfer played in every round CN completed in for Coach Randy Wiley and averaged 74.4 strokes per round in his 28 rounds of play.
That's pretty good.
That's a low score.
Yep.
I normally shoot in the hundreds, so I'm not really sure what it's like to be in that range there, but that's
I
impressive.
can't tell you the last time I played golf, but all I know is our guys shot some low scores this year, and that turned out well for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Just want to remind everybody here as Paul Kirby walks in that we're having a best dress competition, much like the boots and bikinis competition at the Joe.
Boots and boxers.
Boots and boxers competition at the Joe. We're having that here, and everybody listening right here, if you see somebody dressed well, pull them out, and we'll have a vote at the end of the year. And I think Eric Cain is with Paul Kirby.
He look
right now.
We're gonna send it over there.
So let's go over to them.
All right, thanks, guys. I'm here with one of your teammates and, styling and profiling today, first baseman Paul Kirby. Paul, thank you for being here. Are you excited for your first taste of the Frosties?
I'm really excited. I've heard it's a really fun atmosphere, and they do a good job with it, so I'm pretty pumped.
Well, I mean, you obviously look the part. Tell me what went through your mind when picking out the outfit today.
Well, Coach Griff sent out a text. He said, be yourself, wear what you wear every day, and so, I just did that. Woke up and put this on.
So you wear this every day?
For the most part. Every now and then I put on different chains, 1 or 2 different bigger ones, a variety, but not today, these.
Your first season in Mossy Creek, had a pretty good year. Team got the 2nd seed in the South Atlantic Conference tournament. You guys were one of the last 3 teams standing. How was that experience for you?
It was a great experience. Great year. There's a few games here or there we wish we could have had back, but overall it was a great year.
I understand you live in Lakeland Hills Apartments. Comment about your neighbors?
Which ones?
The ones to your right.
Oh, those guys? Yeah. Those guys are unbelievable. Let me tell you, they showed up to the game the other day, and I have never laughed so hard in my life. They were heckling the pitcher. My favorite was the rattle. He's rattled! Oh, that was the best.
All right, well, thanks for your time, and enjoy yourself today.
All right, I will. Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
Man.
Paul Kirby, your early favorite for best dress and best interview of the night.
Dude, he's always a character, that guy, man. He always comes and he's ready to rock and roll.
I'm not sure why he has my bat, though.
That
is mine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow. No, it's fine. It's all right. Nothing's safe in our locker room, I guess.
No. Can't trust anybody.
Yeah, we got to pick who we think for male newcomer of the year. You're first.
I'm going to go with Kevin Snead.
Kevin Snead, male newcomer of the year. Good pick, Gooch. Well,
I think I took your pick, didn't
I would be befriended by Jimmy if I didn't pick him. So courtesy pick, Jimmy Rice. I don't think you're winning, though. I love you, though.
Sorry, Jim.
Sorry, Jimbo.
Jim told me.
All right, we got
What's next, B?
Well, before we go to female newcomer of the year, I think I see two big-time Carson-Newman pitchers over there at Cain that just walked
some
in.
big guns over there.
And I was right about Vinny wearing a tie that his mom bought him.
That's true.
We'll go out to you, Eric Cain. Yeah, we'll go out to you, Eric Cain.
I'm back here with the 1-2 punch that y'all are very familiar with, Vince Apicella and Batson over here. So first, with you, Vince, you're up for male athlete of the year. Just another solid year. A lot of strikeouts, a 7-4 record. Your senior campaign, you cap off a good 3-year career at Carson-Newman. What can you say about your senior season?
It was just a blast playing with the guys we did, and we had a heck of a season, and it was a run I'll never forget.
Pitched probably the best game of your life 2 weeks ago at Tusculum. 12-inning affair. You had 11 strikeouts, in contention for game of the year. What was going through your mind, your mindset going through that game, knowing that it was really do or die for your team?
Honestly, just don't let them score. Get outs and get ahead and stay ahead.
The 2016 All-Southern Conference Championship team just came out, and you were on it. And how was your time in that tournament? You were the workhorse once again. You started some games. You came in relief. You were doing basically everything that was asked for you. How big was that for your team to get that effort out of you?
Big team guy. Just tried to do the best I could for my team and my coaching staff, and just laid it all on the line my senior year. So I'm real thankful for the defense I had behind me. I knew that they had complete trust in them. So honestly, it was all them. And then my catcher, Gooch, Greer, was outstanding. So thankful for the team I played for.
Vince, been the workhorse for each of the last 2 seasons. Thrown a lot of innings. Been that #1 weekend starter in your career. This year you switched to that third guy so you could go into the 7th-inning game to save some innings on your arm. A little bit of a transition, but still came out there and had 2 shutouts, 7 complete games. Just a solid year. What's your lasting memory here at Carson-Newman? What's a game for you that sticks out to you?
The last memory for me would have to be that day we just had Saturday, being at the ball field for 16 hours with all my teammates. It was just a blast all day. Never forget that. And the fans made the day.
I will thank you guys and enjoy yourselves here at the Frosties.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Eric. A combined 25,000 pitches thrown between Vince and Dustin this year.
Yeah, no kidding, man. They were there. It feels like every time I turn around, they're out there doing something.
Yeah, their arms are hanging right now, but it's okay. They'll be good.
Batson's taking at least 15 ibuprofen today.
They'll be fine. We got female newcomer of the year. In that award, it's Molly Locke, who you heard about, Jules Harity from soccer you already heard about, and Allie Webster from softball you already heard about.
Yep.
The lone name you have is Maddie Borch. Tell us about Maddie Borch.
Maddie Borch was the leader in the sack and attack percentage this season. She hit .339 on the year, the second highest total in Carson-Newman volleyball history. Dating back to 1990, a Carson-Newman player has never led the league in attack percentage over the course of a season. So that's a pretty big accomplishment. I mean, 1990,
That's a lot. Yeah, that's been a while.
Yeah, 26
I wasn't
years.
born. Were you?
Not yet. Close. Not yet, though.
I always forget with you.
All right, who's your pick here?
Molly Locke. Molly Locke's the newcomer of the year for me. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Allie Webster.
Webster's your newcomer? All right.
Yes.
Good pick.
All righty.
As we got more people coming in here to Henderson Building, getting ready for the 2016 Frosty. Seen some other great dressed people. Ryan Victory taking the casual
Drew
to
Manning coming in a suit.
Oh, looking very nice over there.
Nice there.
Let's move on to team of the year. Up for team of the year, we got the women's volleyball team, the men's soccer team, women's soccer team, and the men's golf team.
Yep.
Just a little bit about each of those. The volleyball team, they made it to
They made it to the tournament.
I'm drawing a blank because it's not the World Series of volleyball. But they did go to Tampa for the volleyball championships. Only 8 teams in the country made it there. That's pretty big. The men's soccer team, they won its 9th South Atlantic Conference regular season title. The women's soccer team won the regular season and conference title.
And as we said, we're picked 9th in preseason.
Yeah, they shocked a lot of
people.
Shocked
Everybody there.
And the men's golf team, they reached as high as 11th in the nation, and they're currently ranked 15th in the nation right now.
Are they still currently competing in the regions?
They are.
Okay,
There's some
good,
guys
yeah.
currently competing still, so that's going to keep going on.
Awesome.
Who you got for
Awesome.
Team of the Year?
Team of the year, I'm going to have to go women's soccer.
Women's soccer?
Yeah.
I'm going to go women's volleyball.
All right.
So
Great.
hopefully we're doing a little bit better now as more people continue to pile in here.
Yeah.
Comeback of the year. Tell us about some of the comebacks.
All right, comeback of the year. We're going to start with women's soccer. Women's soccer versus LR. Jules Harity again, game-winning goal 2 minutes into the second overtime period, completed Eagles comeback. As CN knocked off the 13th ranked and reigning South Atlantic Conference regular season champs Lenore Rhine. I mean, they tied up late, come in overtime, hit that shot. That's a good comeback right there. What's your?
Well, I'll talk about us a little bit. We trailed Newberry 8-3 in a big-time series. We were already losing 1-0 in the series, entering the bottom of the sixth inning. Graham Warren, he became an Eagle baseball player that day.
Yeah,
he had a 3-run bomb.
Yeah, he did.
Had some key hits in the ninth. Ended up taking the lead, and I just remember sliding home and popping up into your arms.
That was
that was one of my most memorable moments this year. Great comeback by the baseball team.
No doubt. Some of the best pictures I got from that, by the way.
Yep.
We're going to go into basketball. As we mentioned earlier, Zach Bangallo hitting the shot against Newberry. They were down 21 at one point and punched back, and they win that one big time, 91-89 over Newberry. Just a huge deficit there. That's the definition of a comeback.
That shot he made was clutch by a freshman. It was huge. And you talk about men's soccer or women's soccer already?
Women's soccer. So you got.
Well, the other one is men's soccer. Cinderello scored off a free kick in the 85th minute to tie the game at 3, and then we scored again in the 89th minute to win the game.
That's not
great comeback of the year, for a great nominee for comeback of the year. And we talked about him earlier. We talked about a kicker being on for freshman of the year. Kind of odd, but he's earned it.
And he's here now.
He's here now with Eric Cain. I hope we can talk about his holder a little bit. Eric?
Thanks, guys. Here with Carson-Newman kicker Carson Wise. Carson up for freshman of the year, a pretty solid year. Second team All-Southland Conference honors, second team All-Region honors. Just set the tone here in your first season. 9-3 record, a spot in the playoffs. What can you say about this past year?
It was a great year coming in. We had some great team success. We've had a great offseason so far, through our spring workouts, through the spring game. We're really excited about what we've done. And, we had a good year last year, and we're looking to build off that. As special teams, we're looking to continue to have success. Offense, defense, we're just looking to take it to the next level, and we're ready for a good year this year as well.
One of your 13 made field goals on the season came at Wingate about midway through the year, a game winner from 17 yards out. How was that experience for you, and what were your emotions going through during that moment?
It was definitely a fun one. It was my first game winner. My brother always jokes he had a game winner before me, so it was good to get that to kind of get on his level, I guess. But, that was, great game, overtime game, and so it was a lot of fun. Those are the games that we practice for. Those are what we work so hard in the off season for. So it's good to see stuff like that pay off.
The kicker often gets the most recognition, but it's a trio of you guys. It's the snapper, the holder, and then yourself. What can you say about Ethan Goforth that right there holding it and Dusty Nance snapping the ball to you?
Yeah, it's Ethan, it's Dusty, it's all our guys up front. Really when they do their job, it makes my job easy because I'm doing the same thing every play no matter what happens. And so, Dusty and Ethan were reliable all year. Our front line gave us time. This was, through high school, this was probably the best and cleanest operation I've ever worked with. And, I'm just real thankful for them. They, all the success that we've had, it does get tied to my name, but that's totally shared between all of us because without the snapper, the holder, then, I can't be put in an opportunity to do that. And so our guys up front, Dusty, Ethan, all of them, they really help us and really make that an easy job for me.
Well, congrats on a good year and best of luck tonight.
Yep, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, guys, that is Carson Wise. Back to you.
Wow, Carson Wise as a freshman, so selfless, just talking about Ethan Goforth and everybody else up front.
That is huge.
You just don't see that type of composure from a freshman all the time.
Don't.
And somebody just walk in. I saw some big presences walk in.
Oh, Dan Gallman and Austin Lewis.
Wow.
Looking great as
Filling
usual.
up the room.
As usual. Oh, here comes Austin Lewis. Please don't walk in front of the camera, Austin Lewis. Austin, you are right in front of the camera, buddy.
Who do you got for comeback of the year? We just went over, Gooch.
Oh, comeback of the year. I'm going to have to go with that's a tough one. I'm going with Carson-Newman baseball.
Wow. I'm going to go with Carson-Newman baseball as well.
Lock it down.
Yeah, we'll tie on that one. All right, let's move on to upset of the year, Gooch. Talk about some of the upsets we had this year.
All right, upset of the year. I'm going to start off with baseball again as well, winning 7-3. First game of a doubleheader on March 15th, Silverdine Baseball Complex. Eagles snapped 10th ranked Belmont Abbey 16-game winning streak. It was the last time we did something like that. It was over a top 10 foe. It came in February 12th, 2013 against Lander.
It's a good win. It's a good win. How about that late three-pointer falling for Carson-Newman to beat number 11 Anderson in women's basketball? That was big time.
It was.
And but right now, we're gonna send it over to Eric Cain. I think he's with the BDG, and we'll send him over right now.
Jim Rice.
All right, guys, another one of your crewmates here, Jimmy Rice, up for male newcomer of this year. Jimmy, a solid year, over 300 batting average, had a couple of home runs, 34 RBIs. You had 8 multi-RBI games and 12 multi-hit games. What can you say about your first season in Monster Creek?
I guess just blessed. I mean, all the work that we had to put in from when we first got here, the leadership with Gooch, Brandon, following behind Griff, and all of his tactics that we have to follow, it really helped me out as a player.
Coming into the season, you guys were picked 7th in the South Atlantic Conference. You go into the tournament postseason ranked 2nd. What's that say about the team and the kind of baseball you played throughout the year?
Just motivated. Being ranked 7th or projected to go 7th and finishing 2nd, it says how hungry we were and how much we did not deserve to be preseason 7th. We deserve to be 2nd, and we showed that towards the end of the season.
Before I let you go, I was asked to ask you about your belt and your shoes, the bottom half of your attire. What's the story there?
I'm not fashionable at all. I'm really not, and being colorblind doesn't help. So, yeah, I'm just not one of the fashionable people around here. So, I got made fun of for it, and as you can now see, the camera is checking it all out. So,
Would you like to say anything to those individuals who have been making fun of you?
keep it coming, I guess.
All right, guys, that's Jimmy Rice. Best of luck tonight for a male newcomer, and we'll send it back to you guys.
Hey, thanks, Jimbo.
Big Jim.
Great interview by Big Jim as more people continue to pile in here. Let's move on to Coach of the Year. You heard Michael Watring talk about it earlier. And you know what? Coach Griffin, he's talked about me and you all year. It's time for me to talk about him.
Yeah.
It was filled with accomplishments for Coach. He got his 500th overall win. He got his 300th win here at Carson-Newman. We were picked 7th in the regular season to finish 7th in the regular season. We ended up finishing 2nd. And, you know, we couldn't have done it without Coach Griffin's leadership on and off the field. And that guy deserves this award tonight.
No doubt, man. You talk about somebody that brings it every day to the field. That guy, passion, energy, anything you could need, he's always there.
He got Jordan Hinshaw to work hard, and that's hard to do.
That's hard to do, yeah.
Getting guys like Jordan Hinshaw, Trevor Lee looking snazzy,
Yeah,
getting
no
those
doubt.
guys to work hard, you got to have a special type of coach.
Exactly, and he did that.
And he had that.
Women's another one up for women's soccer coach Richard Moody, also the men's soccer coach.
He does both.
That's
commitment as
something
well.
else. Yeah. Talk about time demanding.
Let's tell Griff to coach softball too. I bet you he couldn't do it.
No, I doubt it. No way.
He wouldn't
no
want
way. No. What other ones do we have? We have
Randy
couple-
Wiley, men's golf coach. They're doing well right now. Like we said, their season's not even over. They've been ranked up to 11th in the country. Randy Wiley's done a great job, and also Suzanne Strudwick. Might as well throw the women's golf coach in there too. She's up for the award. And that's good on Coach of the Year. Let's see. Oh wait, are we gonna vote on this? No, we're both voting for
Coach Griffin. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you have to keep him happy because you're coming back for your 8th season. I'm moving on with my life.
Yeah. Okay. You're staying here.
Let's send it out to Eric Cain. I'm not sure who he's with, but let's go, Eric.
Here with Carson-Newman women's tennis player Jill. Thank you for joining us. Are you a little nervous?
A little bit, yeah.
It's okay. We'll get through this.
Actually. I don't know what you're going to ask me now. So.
We'll wing it. It's fine. Okay, so the tennis team this year had the most wins, 14, since 2010. You guys came in, played some good tennis. 14-6 was the final record. How was the year going on for you guys?
We started off really good. We had a few downs with conference matches, but in total we did really good. We had like a win 14 wins, I think. So it's pretty good. We just lagged on some conference matches, and we have good new freshmen that helped a lot.
Well, postseason, you got the second team all-conference accolade after going 7-2 throughout the year, and you went on a 14-win streak. Is that right, throughout the year?
I think it was 14, yeah.
So how was that stretch for you personally?
It was an honor for sure. I think that's my biggest success until now in this school. I really appreciate the honor, and I'm going to keep working hard.
Well, thanks, and try to enjoy yourself. You don't have to stress anymore. Have a good time tonight.
Thank you.
That's Jill Corsado. Back to you guys.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, we're back here. Thank you, Eric Cain. Last few minutes of the show, Eric Cain's done a great job.
Eric Cain's done fantastic.
Can't say enough about Adam Cavalier, Michael Watring, Eric Cain.
Dude, everything they've done, including this weekend, working the SAC Conference Baseball Championship there, all the hours they've put in, and everything they do for this school, man, we can't thank them enough for everything they do. It's awesome.
I feel like I haven't got much sleep lately, and I don't think they have.
I don't know. I can't imagine.
And but hopefully after tonight they can sleep well for a few days.
Definitely.
Well, Gooch, there's a lot more people here now. I think it's time for us to self-promote our show again.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
Me and Gooch, we go live on Periscope usually every night now around 10 o'clock at Most Valuable TS. Follow us on Twitter. Follow Gooch_Greer1
at Periscope.
On Periscope. And we're going to go out to Eric Cain with
one
Molly.
Last time with Molly Luck.
He's locked in.
Locked in.
Milky Lock of the Carson-Newman volleyball team. That's Molly Lock. First season at Carson-Newman for your last hoorah. Had over 400 digs, had over 400 kills. A pretty solid year in all-region selection, all-SAC selection. How was your time here at Mossy Creek?
Being an Eagle has been the biggest blessing ever. Had a lot of good teammates and a lot of good people in the athletic department. It was fun. It's a big family.
So you came in. I'm sure you heard about the turnaround the year prior in the program. You guys kind of take that next step. You go and you win a Southeast Regional Championship. You get a spot in the Elite Eight, and you go down to Tampa and play. How fun and unique was this experience this year?
It was awesome just because before this I had never been that far, never been past the first round of conference tournament. And to be with these girls and to go farther than people even expected us to was just amazing. And every second we didn't take for granted. It was a lot of fun.
Up for a few awards tonight, Female Athlete of the Year and Female Newcomer of the Year. I know you've gotten some postseason accolades for volleyball, but what would this mean for you to get it from, the athletic department, from your peers and the fans?
It would be cool, but just being nominated is a huge thing. Just like knowing this year was a good year, and I know going to bed tonight that it was a good year. So, getting the awards would be really, really cool, but everyone who's nominated is worthy. So.
Well, thanks, Molly, and best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that's Molly Locke. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Eric. Wow, just so many people looking great here tonight as everybody starts to get into the auditorium.
No doubt.
I'm excited to see how these awards are gonna pan out, Gooch.
I think it's set up for a great show, and as far as best looking goes of the night, man, we're just gonna give it to everybody.
Yeah, there's been some good dress.
There's not one you can pick out.
There really isn't. We have a great looking school. And
me and you probably would take the cake, but
we are very modest though, so we wouldn't.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
Josh Rogers walking in jeans and a T-shirt. I think he's gonna take the cake for best dress tonight, and hopefully he presents an award tonight and
keeps it clean this time.
Nah, don't keep it clean, Josh. Don't keep it clean.
Josh,
but hey,
you do what you do.
Like I said, follow me and Gooch at Most Valuable TS on Twitter. Follow him on Periscope. Watch our show at night, and also watch the Frosties.
Yeah,
about to have a lot of fun
time
in there. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks to Eric Cain, Adam Cavalier, and everybody who helped out to set this up.
No doubt.
Enjoy the night. Thanks, Gooch.
All right, thank you, Brandon.